Hey, what's up? You're here with Ambitious Anthony, and this is Daily Ambition. Okay, so this is the first episode, and what I'd like to talk about today is why ambitious movement. It was 2010, actually it was 2009, and I was working with another company. We decided I kind of wanted to go my own direction, my thoughts on the way I wanted to teach hip-hop, and where I wanted to go with things wasn't in line with the other person I was working with. We peacefully decided to go our separate ways, and I started Ambitious Movement. When I was coming up with the name, I didn't really see anything that was like it. Like, nobody was actually using the word ambitious in 2010. When I looked it up, people were using it in the context of overly ambitious. Like, oh, someone was overly ambitious about that when they failed at doing something. But I saw the word, and the definition of the word was to go for excellence, to be beyond, to strive for excellence and to be better than, to be superior at what you do. And it was really weird to me that nobody had used this word at the time, but I was like, you know what, I like it. Ambitious, and because of course dance movement, so I decided Ambitious Movement's gonna be the name. Growing up in Toronto, I've been teaching for over 15 years now, and growing up in Toronto, I was told the styles of dance that I like doing were all freestyling. So like tutting, waving, popping, breaking. At the time I didn't really know house, but the way I like to dance, aside from the hip hop choreography that I do, like the freestyle, the elements, those elements that I liked were considered freestyle elements. So when I said, oh, I want to choreograph a routine like this, some of my mentors told me, oh, no, that's all freestyle, right? So you can imagine how I felt when I saw Jabberwockies. I was like, really? Because this was in my head from how long ago? Not to do it like the Jabberwockies, but you know what I mean, using those elements that they used. So being inspired by that and already having my own vision, I continue to work on what would be Ambitious Movement and create dancers who specialize and really hone their crafts in those styles, popping, waving, tutting, breaking. Some people don't consider them individual styles, but the way I do them, the way I teach them, I do consider them individual styles. Yeah, so popping, waving, tutting, breaking, and house. And also especially hip-hop party dances, because that's where hip-hop comes from in terms of like hip-hop choreography. It comes from the party dances. So for me, I was like, I really wanted to make sure that I can teach those things, and that my dancers not only did choreography, but they knew how to freestyle, right? That was my thing, my street knowledge. Because when I grew up in the city, I didn't have, like, nobody really taught foundation, right? In terms of party dances, there was choreography, and you would learn the foundation through the choreography. But if you didn't dissect it, like spend time really working on the grooves that they were doing under the choreography itself, then you weren't even close to looking the same as some of the industry leaders. Shout outs to Luther Brown, also Jay Blaze. Being that what it is, oh, and if you don't know these people like Jay Blaze, Blaze Entertainment, and Luther Brown, Do That Entertainment, then you should go check them out. Again, they're very influential in my growing up in Toronto and in the Toronto Canadian dance scene. Yeah, check them out. Like I was saying, when I was growing up in the city, those elements weren't considered choreography. So when I finally got to the point where I thought I have more than enough to share and to build with, that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna build Ambitious Movement, and I'm gonna add these things into it. With that, I don't specialize in everything, so I brought my friends, some of the most talented people I've ever seen represent in the Canadian dance scene. And not only that, in and around Canada, and also on an international level for some of these guys. I brought out Tommy Stees for popping. Also, he was a champion of Bust the Move. I believe it was 2011. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Phil Fury from Fam, Breaker, insane. Gadfly, I had Ophelio. Eventually, it ended up being Knox. If you don't know him, crazy man with footwork. Moonrunners, jeez. If you do not know the Moonrunners, these guys are all insane. There's about 8 of them, each specializing in their own way of moving. You got to check out Moonrunners. They crazy. So shout outs to them. I bring them in to do tutting and waving occasionally. I love waving, so Yeah, so like we would have these training sessions that really developed my dancer in the freestyle elements, but not only through me, through other people who I deemed worthy and talented to come through. Yeah, so like that's, again, if you're gonna be like hip hop, right? That's the kind of way to do it, is to train in your styles. And that was my goal, is to do that, but then also still teach choreography, right? Because the reality is, if you're a dancer and you're trying to do an audition, and in that audition you need to learn a routine, or if you're doing an event and you're expected to hit certain timing cues, being able to catch choreography is so important, right? Not to mention, when you take a workshop from someone who teaches a style, you pick it up quicker because you practice learning how to pick up choreography, right? So it's really important that as a dancer, to me, it was really important that my dancers had both sides, because there was the fact that, like, if you don't have solid foundation in hip hop and like the popping, waving, tutting, breaking, then when myself or another choreographer came in to work with my dancers, they wouldn't be able to understand that, right? So like they might use a specific movement because they have no idea where it came from, then they couldn't keep up with it that way. They were trying to mimic but didn't have full understanding of why they were doing that move, right? So it was really important to me to have all the foundation, which allowed them to freestyle and pick up choreography because of their knowledge, as well as it was important to learn choreography so that they could learn how to pick up faster whenever learning a technique from a person who specializes in that style, right? It's two sides, right? Two sides to the same coin. So you need both in order to truly develop and move at a quicker pace. So that was like my dream and my goal with Ambitious Movement. And when it comes to the words, why settle for less, be ambitious, it's actually my view on life. If I have the opportunity to be great, why would I want to be less than that? Why would you want to settle? Go after what you want. Be ambitious. That's my thing. I've been trying to spread that to everybody and anybody. It doesn't matter if you dance. It doesn't matter if you sing, you draw, you're an accountant, you're in school for business. It's the same thing. If you are capable of having more, why wouldn't you like get up and go get that? Yeah, so like that's the why settle for less, be ambitious, right? That's where that comes from. It's just my perspective on life, and I think my whole goal being Ambitious Anthony was to teach my students and to inspire other people to follow their dreams, right? Through dance, through whatever else they do, like go after what you want. That's all it is. So when you hear me say why settle for less, be ambitious, you're hearing me telling you, why would you not want to achieve what you want to achieve in life? Go get it. It's yours. It's in front of you. The funny thing is, too, is that whenever you do that, people are always willing to help you. So why settle for less? Be ambitious. Thank you for joining me. First episode of Daily Ambition. We have many more episodes to come. Yeah, and if you have something you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments below, and we'll see what happens. I'll try and hit it up for you. Again, this is really about spreading knowledge and the understanding of hip-hop and dance in general. I figure you can't really explain to people where you're going if you haven't told them where you came from. Check out the tutorials that we have in the channel help you get through foundation. I wish you all the best in your training. Until next time, why settle for less? Be ambitious. Thank you for joining us on AMTV. If you'd like to have me come into your school or dance studio, you can email me at info@ambitiousmovement.com. Or if you would like to take a class, you can always find me at Mississauga School of Dance, located in the Greater Toronto area of Canada. To keep up to date with our new tutorials, hit the subscribe button and make sure your notifications are turned on. So why settle for less? Be ambitious.